I ain't gonna lie. I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry.
What do I owe the pleasure? What do I owe the pleasure? Last time we been together, we washed your car for you. We washed your car with no shame in our hustle. When you got them getting it to that wash, and you know that tip gonna be good like you see goddamn West Coast. Y'all better stop buying this slippery soap, man.
The streets are buzzing, and no one saw it coming. 50 Cent just dropped some serious heat. And Rick Ross, man, he's hanging by a thread. This ain't just another rap beef. This is war, and the battleground is messy. We've got the full scoop on how these wild recordings got out. And once you hear what's in them, you'll get why Ross is straight up losing it. 50 didn't just make a move. He shook the whole game.
Just like New York, just like Mount Vernon, New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bruh. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bruh.
Now it's pure madness, and the smoke hasn't even cleared yet.
It's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell.
Check this. While folks were sleeping on him, 50 Cent was out here moving like a shadow, plotting his next big strike. Think back to when Ross threw shade calling him Officer Ricky back in 2009. Everybody thought it was just regular rap drama. But 50.
Because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man, but, you know.
Nah, he was running a whole different play. He was out here playing chess, while the rest were stuck playing checkers.
A few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous.
While Ross was busy flexing his Wingstop hustle and stunting in luxury whips, 50 stayed silent, watching, waiting, stacking receipts. And just when Ross thought he was untouchable, bragging about his new checker spot and moving like a boss, boom!
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bruh, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house.
50 clapped back hard. If you peeped his Insta lately, those weird posts about fake flexing, yeah, turns out those were just little hints. Then, BAM on a random Tuesday with zero warning, 50 dropped the tape. No caption, no lead up, just straight chaos. That video went viral in seconds, like internet explosion level. The minute that tape hit the net, the whole music scene froze. Labels scrambled into emergency meetings. PR teams went full panic mode, and folks close to Ross and Diddy vanished off the grid.
But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves.
This wasn't just a clapback. This was a calculated hit. 50 waited until Ross got comfy, then hit him where it hurt. Ross was mid-meeting, thinking it was just another regular day, until his phone blew up. At first, he brushed it off like, hey, just 50 trolling again. But then he watched the video.
Ice Cube, he said it himself, bro. He said that Diddy's been targeted because of what he said about those folks and those people. Now, the people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. Because if he's asked about who is this, who is that, and he's under oath with the federal government, he got to tell them.
And everything flipped. Word in the streets, that was just the first shot.
He's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I know that got to be a terrible feeling, man. You know you did something wrong at Diddy party, and you hoping and praying that it's not caught on tape.
But they don't think they did nothing wrong. That's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle, bro. I ask guys all the time, if two men lay down, how many homos get up? What you mean? I mean what I mean. It's what it is.
50's been sitting on this dirt for years, just waiting for the perfect moment to light the match. Now everyone's shook. What else does 50 have tucked away? Because if this is just the opener, the rest might be nasty.
I'm 100% factual, but it's somebody in this story of things that seems more reliable than others, Race, is what I'll say it, just to protect my sources. But this source informed me of who these A-list celebrities are on these tapes that are being allegedly auctioned off online and through the networks. And it's put me in a little bit of a bind because I like to be fully transparent with the audience. I want to say things, but
all those times Ross claimed he never mixed with certain people, yeah, these tapes burn that down. 50 came with cold hard receipts, exposing Ross in some real shady moves with Diddy.
But the problem I have is just like, typically I want to report these things, but I got to be careful legally, ethically, morally as to what we report on here. Because as Ariel, the lawyer here, did admit, and I can attest based on the information I got from a separate, reliable source, people in these videos don't know they're being videotaped. That's a big issue, Race, right? Let's start out right there. If there are people on these tapes that don't know that they were being filmed, is that okay to talk about and to share?
And we're not talking little run-ins. This is full-on exposure. There's even audio of Ross straight up bragging about backdoor deals with hungry new artists. Proof this wasn't no slip-up, it was a pattern. Industry heads are whispering that this kind of footage could destroy a whole legacy. But what's really making people sweat? These tapes don't just mess with Ross's recent moves, they dig into old rumors from way back.
Isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil.
This stuff flips the whole script on the story Ross has been selling for years. The whole industry is in shock. Execs are saying watching those clips felt like witnessing a career crash and burn in real time. Ross's crew rushed into crisis mode, trying to figure out what other bombs 50 might have in the vault.
So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport.
And with Ross busy pushing big deals, and Diddy tangled in his own drama, this timing couldn't be worse.
They was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put it past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that. They got to test every last one of them.
These clips aren't just stirring the pot. They're ripping Ross's whole brand apart. His partnerships, his business deals, his entire image is on the ropes. Every time Ross tries to deny it, boom, more footage drops and makes things 10 times worse.
Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
My sentiments exactly.
Once he saw what 50 leaked, it went from messy to straight up disaster mode. Those 3 a.m. notifications? No one saw him coming. Ross snapped. He jumped on Instagram with a 15-minute rant, throwing out wild threats that had his PR team scrambling.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out the people who are being arrested.
He wasn't even denying the tapes anymore. He was on camera, looking drained, losing it, and straight up threatening 50's life. It was bad. Real bad. Then came the voice memos. Ross telling folks not to share the clip, spilling old secrets, and even hopping on live to name drop people and leak addresses, including 50's and his family's.
Like, as I watched what Ariel, the lawyer, got these tapes, and even, again, I don't want to get into the details, any remote details that could help explain or allude to even more of theories that are out there, or, debunk or confirm. But I will say, hearing what I heard, which again isn't confirmation, but hearing what I heard, it makes me dislike what Ariel's doing even more, because I think there are going to be people out there, if this information does get out in some way.
That's when the real fallout started. People started backing away fast. His team rushed out statements trying to fix it, but Ross kept talking, blowing up their damage control efforts and making things worse by the minute. Even his closest allies were begging him to chill before he torched it all.
That are going to deny that these people are victims, that they're going to try to say, oh no, they're just consensually thing and they were hiding this affair and yada, yada, yada. And I don't see it that way personally. I mean, and granted, I haven't seen or know, like, this isn't somebody involved from what I've gathered in these tapes of them, doing it to others in a way, criminally, like we've heard in some of these suits. This is just, it almost feels like, again, if it's real, like blackmail material that Diddy keeps to sort of hold over these people's heads.
Desperation kicked in hard. His crew tried to shut down the video with copyright strikes, but it was too late. 50 had already flooded the internet. Ross even offered up millions to find out who recorded him, demanding answers by sunrise. Then his IG got restricted for breaking rules. So what does he do? Goes rogue with burner accounts, talking even wilder. His legal team was losing it. Business partners started pulling back, but Ross just kept spiraling, dragging other artists into the chaos, exposing unpaid features, and calling out fake stream stats. It was like watching him burn down his own kingdom. The industry got divided. Some rode with 50, while others tried to hold Ross down. But nobody could ignore the mess. But Ross's wild behavior made it impossible for anyone to keep riding with him for long.
This is a very sensitive thing. Again, if this gets turned over to the feds and the feds bring claims and this is outed, that's a totally different story. But the feds do what they're going to do. Like what we talked about months ago on your show, right? When this first went down, we knew when hard drives were seized and things happened that, look, they're going to build a case. They're going to build a case that they think they can prosecute. It's not for us to speculate what's there or what's not. But to say, you have tangible evidence of something on camera that you've seen and that it's being sold in order to protect someone.
One by one, people started jumping ship. And when the chaos hit full blast, the industry showed its real face. Meek Mill hit like on 50's post. Artists began quietly unfollowing Ross. And collabs started vanishing with no explanation. Even DJ Khaled stayed silent, not a word. French Montana posted about karma, and Future shared many men on his story. Then Drake dropped a cryptic bar about loyalty that had fans going wild with theories. The message? Crystal clear. Ross was losing support, fast. Label execs hit the panic button, canceling joint meetings, pulling artists from collabs, and cutting ties behind the scenes. Subo stopped booking Ross, and anyone linked to 50 on the same lineups. Festivals started shuffling their set lists quietly. The tension, heavy, and everyone knew this wasn't about loyalty anymore. It was about money and survival. When 50 teased more tapes, panic spread like wildfire. People started whispering, is this the start of a new East versus West style beef? What started as another chapter in the 50 verses, Ross saga just shook the whole industry. Now artists are watching their backs, scared to even record convos or post anything that could come back to haunt them. All right, man, if 50's really been holding these receipts for 14 years, what else is hiding in the vault? This ain't just about Ross or Diddy anymore. It's a serious wake-up call. In this digital era, nothing stays buried. The past always finds its way out. Now the real question is, who's next? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this madness with your crew. And don't miss out. We'll catch you on the next one.